The human mind is a universe on its own. Every thought, every emotion, every fleeting memory is a tiny spark in this vast system. Today, we're diving into 100 mind-blowing facts about the human mind and psychology. Some will surprise you. Some will make you question what you thought you knew about yourself. Let's journey inside your brain, one fascinating discovery at a time. Chapter 1. Your brain weighs about 3 pounds, yet it consumes nearly 20% of your body's energy. Even at rest, it's a buzzing factory of signals, firing billions of times each second. Neurons communicate through electrical impulses, creating networks that shape every thought you have. Every memory you hold, every emotion you feel, is a result of this incredible electrical symphony happening inside your skull. Chapter 2. Humans have roughly 86 billion neurons. But what's fascinating is not just the number, but how they connect. Each neuron can connect with thousands of others, forming trillions of synapses. These connections are constantly changing, strengthening with practice and fading without use. This adaptability, called neuroplasticity, is why you can learn new skills at any age, rewiring your brain's pathways as if it's sculpting itself from the inside out. Chapter 3. Your subconscious mind is a silent powerhouse, handling 95% of your thoughts without you noticing. While you consciously plan your day, the subconscious manages your heartbeat, breathing, and even decision patterns. It stores past experiences, beliefs, and fears, influencing your reactions before you even realize it. Understanding this hidden layer can unlock why habits form so easily, and why changing them requires more than just willpower. It requires rewiring deep mental patterns. Chapter 4. Memory is not a perfect recording. It's a reconstruction. Every time you recall a memory, your brain rebuilds it, mixing facts with your emotions and imagination. This is why eyewitness testimonies can be unreliable. It also means your brain can creatively adapt memories, connecting past experiences in new ways, helping you solve problems and think outside the box. Your mind doesn't just remember, it reinterprets, constantly editing your personal story. Chapter 5. Humans experience around 6,000 thoughts per day. But here's the surprise, up to 80% are repetitive. Your brain loves patterns, revisiting familiar worries and desires. Recognizing this cycle is the first step to mastering your attention. By intentionally focusing on new thoughts, you can guide your mind, interrupt habitual loops, and create fresh neural pathways. Your conscious awareness is the key to steering billions of neurons in a direction you choose. Chapter 6. Your emotions are not just feelings, they are chemical messages. Dopamine sparks pleasure, serotonin stabilizes mood, and cortisol signals stress. Each emotion has a physical effect on your brain and body, influencing decisions, memory, and behavior. This biochemical orchestra explains why fear can sharpen senses, happiness can boost creativity, and stress can cloud judgment. The mind and body are inseparable partners, dancing together in every moment of your life. Chapter 7. Humans are wired for social connection. Mirror neurons in your brain fire when you see someone else act, helping you empathize instantly. This is why seeing someone smile can lift your mood, or watching someone in pain can make you flinch. Empathy is more than emotion. It's a neurological process, shaping how we cooperate, communicate, and bond. Understanding this helps explain why humans thrive in communities and struggle in isolation. Chapter 8. Your brain can process images in as little as 13 milliseconds. This lightning-fast visual processing allows you to react to danger, recognize faces, and navigate the world effortlessly. Yet, what you see is often filtered through expectations, past experiences, and biases. Your perception is not a mirror of reality. It's your brain's best guess. By understanding this, you can question your instincts and recognize how your mind interprets the world uniquely. Chapter 9. Humans have a natural tendency to overestimate control, known as the illusion of control. Your brain likes to find patterns, even in randomness. This explains why people feel they can influence dice rolls, lotteries, or stock outcomes. It's a survival trick. Searching for cause and effect helps humans plan and predict, but it can also lead to errors in judgment. Recognizing this tendency can help you make more rational, conscious choices. Chapter 10. Daydreaming is not wasted time. When your mind wanders, it activates the default mode network, a system responsible for creativity, problem-solving, and self-reflection. Many breakthroughs in history came during idle moments. Letting your thoughts drift allows your subconscious to connect ideas, forming insights your focused mind might never reach. In a world obsessed with productivity, daydreaming is a hidden superpower, giving your brain the freedom to explore its vast inner universe. Chapter 11. Your brain has the ability to rewire itself even after injury. Neuroplasticity allows other neurons to take over lost functions. This is why stroke survivors can regain movement or speech through practice and therapy. The brain isn't fixed. It's more like clay, constantly reshaping itself in response to experience, learning, and challenges. Every small effort strengthens connections, proving that change is possible at any age as long as the brain is given time and stimulation. Chapter 12. Sleep is crucial for memory and learning. During deep sleep, your brain consolidates the day's experiences, storing important information and discarding irrelevant data. Dreams, while mysterious, may play a role in problem-solving and emotional processing. Skipping sleep not only affects focus, but weakens neural connections, slowing down mental performance. Your brain needs rest, not just to recharge, but to actively reorganize and strengthen its networks. Shaping how effectively you think and remember. Chapter 13. Humans are wired to notice threats faster than rewards. This negativity bias helped ancestors survive predators, but today it affects how we perceive the world. Bad news grabs attention, fears stick longer, and stress responses can overreact. Yet being aware of this bias lets you reframe experiences, seek positive moments, and train your mind to notice good as much as danger. Your brain is ancient, but your awareness can guide it in the modern world. Chapter 14. Multitasking is a myth for the brain. What feels like multitasking is actually rapid task switching, which slows processing and increases errors. Each switch requires the brain to refocus, costing mental energy. By focusing on one task at a time, you allow deeper engagement, stronger memory retention, and more efficient thinking. Understanding your brain's limits can improve productivity and reduce mental fatigue. It's not laziness, it's biology. Chapter 15. Your brain is capable of generating new neurons, a process called neurogenesis. Once thought impossible in adults, this happens especially in the hippocampus, a region critical for memory and learning. Exercise, sleep, and learning new skills can promote this growth, while stress and poor lifestyle choices can reduce it. Every effort to challenge your mind strengthens its structure, proving that mental growth is lifelong, not limited to childhood. Chapter 16. Stress changes the brain physically. Chronic stress shrinks the hippocampus, affecting memory and learning, while expanding the amygdala, increasing emotional reactivity. Yet moderate stress can improve focus and resilience. Understanding this balance helps you use stress strategically, like training muscles. Your brain adapts to pressures, rewiring itself for survival. By controlling stress, you can prevent damage while keeping its benefits. Turning your mind's stress response into a tool, not a threat. Chapter 17. Your decisions are influenced more by emotion than logic. The prefrontal cortex evaluates options, but the amygdala adds an emotional filter. Often, choices feel rational, but are subtly biased by past experiences, fears, or desires. Recognizing this allows you to pause, reflect, and make more conscious decisions. Your mind isn't just thinking, it's feeling, and understanding this interplay is key to mastering behavior and personal growth. Chapter 18. Humans are naturally pattern seekers. Your brain constantly searches for connections, often creating meaning even where there is none. This explains superstitions, conspiracy theories, and why coincidences feel significant. Pattern recognition is essential for learning and survival, but it can trick you. By questioning assumptions and analyzing evidence, you can harness this trait. Using your brain's desire to connect dots in productive ways instead of being fooled by illusions. Chapter 19. The brain processes fear faster than any other emotion. Evolutionarily, this kept humans alive, reacting quickly to threats. Yet, fear can distort reality, making minor dangers feel catastrophic. By acknowledging this response, you can train your brain to calm fear, reframe risks, and respond more effectively. Fear isn't weakness, it's a survival signal, a reminder that your mind is wired to protect you, even if the threat is only imagined. Chapter 20. Your attention is like a spotlight, selective and limited. It can focus deeply, but only on one thing at a time. Distractions hijack this spotlight, weakening memory and comprehension. Training attention through meditation, deliberate practice, or single tasking strengthens neural pathways and improves clarity. The brain's focus system is both fragile and powerful. Master it, and you guide your thoughts rather than letting them drift randomly. Unlocking deeper creativity and understanding. Chapter 21. Your brain can trick you into false memories. Even confident recollections can be inaccurate because memory is reconstructive, not photographic. Small suggestions, repeated stories, or imagination can alter details without you noticing. This isn't failure, it's flexibility. Your brain edits memories to make sense of experiences, connect events, and maintain emotional balance. Understanding this helps you question certainty and approach memories with curiosity rather than blind. Trust. Chapter 22. Humans are naturally biased toward optimism or pessimism. These tendencies are influenced by genetics, environment, and experience. Optimists recover faster from setbacks, while pessimists may over-prepare for challenges. Neither is inherently better. Each shapes perception and behavior differently. By recognizing your mental bias, you can adapt strategies, balance expectations, and navigate decisions more effectively. Thank you for your attention. Using awareness as a tool to understand both yourself and others. Chapter 23. Your brain thrives on novelty. New experiences stimulate dopamine, enhancing motivation, learning, and memory. Even small changes in routine or environment can awaken attention and creativity. Boredom signals the brain's craving for stimulation, pushing you toward exploration. By embracing curiosity and seeking new challenges, you activate networks that expand understanding, making life richer and more mentally stimulating, proving that the mind is happiest when exploring the unknown. Chapter 24. Your intuition is a rapid, unconscious computation. It draws on past experiences, patterns, and subconscious knowledge to make decisions faster than conscious reasoning. While not infallible, intuition often guides expertise in complex situations. Recognizing its power and limits allows you to balance gut feelings with rational analysis, making your mind both fast and accurate. It's the silent wisdom of experience encoded in neural connections. Chapter 25. Music affects the brain in profound ways. Listening to music releases dopamine, reducing stress and improving mood. It can enhance focus, memory, and even physical coordination. Rhythms engage motor regions, melodies activate emotion centers, and lyrics stimulate language processing. This multisensory stimulation shows how interconnected your brain is, responding to sound not just as noise, but as emotional and cognitive fuel, influencing thought, feeling, and behavior simultaneously. Chapter 26. Your brain processes language using multiple regions simultaneously. Broca's area handles speech production, Wernicke's area interprets meaning, and other regions integrate context. Emotion and memory. Multilingual brains show even greater flexibility, with stronger executive functions and memory capacity. Learning new languages reshapes neural networks, proving that your mind is malleable and that communication is both a skill and a brain workout. Chapter 27. Laughter is more than a social signal. It's a neurological workout. It activates multiple brain regions, including emotion, motor, and reward centers. Laughter reduces stress, strengthens bonds, and can even improve pain tolerance. Your brain interprets humor, timing, and context, making you laugh both at jokes and unexpected events. This simple act demonstrates how emotion, cognition, and social connection are intertwined in everyday mental experiences. Chapter 28. Humans often overestimate their own abilities, known as the Dunning-Kruger effect. Novices may feel confident, while experts often doubt themselves. This bias emerges because self-assessment relies on knowledge you already have. Awareness of this effect improves learning, humility, and decision-making. Your brain constantly evaluates competence, but perception isn't always reality. Recognizing the gap between belief and skill strengthens judgment and self-awareness. Chapter 29. Your mind can perform incredible feats of focus during flow states. Flow occurs when challenges perfectly match skills, creating deep immersion and effortless performance. Time seems to slow, distractions fade, and creativity peaks. This state enhances learning, productivity, and satisfaction. By understanding conditions that trigger flow, clear goals, feedback, and balanced difficulty, you can train your brain to enter this optimal state intentionally, harnessing the full potential of cognition. Chapter 30. Your senses don't just perceive reality, they shape it. Vision, hearing, touch taste, and smell feed the brain raw data, but interpretation is subjective. Illusions demonstrate how easily perception can be fooled, revealing the brain's role in constructing reality. Experience, expectation, and attention all influence what you see or hear. Understanding this helps you realize that reality is partly in your mind, a personalized narrative built from the world outside and your brain inside. Chapter 31. Your brain can detect patterns in randomness, a phenomenon called apophenia. This is why humans see shapes in clouds or faces on objects. It's not an error, it's a survival trait, helping ancestors detect predators or opportunities. While modern life exaggerates this tendency, it also fuels creativity, imagination, and problem-solving. Your mind constantly seeks meaning, connecting dots in ways that make the world feel coherent, even when it's chaotic. Chapter 32. Memory is strengthened by emotional intensity. Events that trigger strong emotions are recalled more vividly and last longer. The amygdala, the brain's emotion center, communicates with the hippocampus, solidifying memories linked to feelings. This is why you remember your first heartbreak or a joyful achievement clearly. Emotion acts as a glue for experience, making your memories not just records of events, but stories colored with personal significance. Chapter 33. Your brain uses heuristics, mental shortcuts, to make quick decisions. While efficient, heuristics can lead to errors or biases. For example, the availability heuristic makes you overestimate rare but memorable events like plane crashes. These shortcuts conserve mental energy, allowing fast reactions, but also shape perception and judgment. Understanding heuristics lets you spot cognitive pitfalls, improving decision-making and awareness of how your brain balances speed and accuracy. Chapter 34. Your gut is often called your second brain. The enteric nervous system contains millions of neurons that communicate with the brain, influencing mood, intuition, and digestion. This connection explains why stress can upset your stomach and why gut feelings feel real. The brain-gut link highlights that your mind isn't isolated. It's part of a larger, interconnected system, constantly exchanging signals that affect both thought and body. Chapter 35. Your brain can experience cognitive biases even when you know they exist. Chapter 36. Humans have a negativity bias in attention and memory. The brain focuses more on threats, failures, and criticism than on positive events. This made sense evolutionarily, keeping you alert to danger. Today, it can skew perception, making challenges feel larger than they are. Training attention to notice positive moments can balance this bias, rewiring neural pathways and creating a more optimistic mental landscape without ignoring reality. Chapter 37. Your mind can simulate future scenarios, a process called prospection. Imagining possible outcomes helps plan decisions, anticipate challenges, and solve problems before they occur. The brain runs mental simulations constantly, testing actions and predicting consequences. This ability underlies creativity, strategy, and foresight. By consciously guiding these simulations, you can improve preparation, decision-making, and even emotional resilience. As your mind rehearses both success and setbacks in advance. Chapter 38. Humans are wired for storytelling. The brain remembers stories far better than raw data because narratives engage emotion, context, and imagination. This is why myths, fables, and personal anecdotes persist through generations. Stories create patterns, connections, and meaning, helping the mind encode complex information efficiently. By framing facts as stories, you make your brain both understand and remember, blending science with the natural pleasure of narrative. Chapter 39. Your brain's reward system is driven by anticipation. Dopamine spikes not just when you achieve something, but while expecting it. This explains why planning a trip or imagining success can feel exciting even before it happens. Motivation thrives on this forward-looking mechanism, pushing you toward goals. By harnessing anticipation, you can increase productivity, maintain focus, and enjoy the process rather than just the outcome. Chapter 40. Your attention span is shaped by novelty, emotion, and focus. The brain prioritizes stimuli that are new or emotionally relevant, filtering out routine details. This selective attention is why you notice a sudden movement in your peripheral vision or remember a striking image instantly. By understanding what captures attention, you can design experiences, learning, and habits that align with how your mind naturally prioritizes information. Chapter 41. Your brain can detect tiny changes in facial expressions almost instantly. Micro-expressions reveal hidden emotions, like brief flashes of fear, happiness, or disgust. This ability helps humans interpret social cues, anticipate intentions, and build connections. Though subtle, these signals influence communication profoundly. By noticing them, you can better understand others' feelings, revealing the unspoken language your brain constantly decodes. Chapter 42. Your brain is highly energy efficient, using about 20 watts, roughly the power of a light bulb, to run the entire organ. Yet, it performs complex calculations, memory storage, and emotional processing simultaneously. This efficiency results from optimized neural networks that prioritize relevant information while filtering noise. Your mind operates like a miniature supercomputer, capable of immense processing with minimal energy, a marvel of evolution. Chapter 43. Humans have a natural tendency to imitate. Mirror neurons fire when you observe someone else's actions, creating an internal simulation of their behavior. This facilitates learning, empathy, and social bonding. From childhood, imitation helps acquire skills, language, and culture. Your brain mirrors the world to understand it, proving that connection and learning are deeply intertwined in neural circuitry. Chapter 44. Your brain can hold more information than any computer, yet storage is flexible, not literal. Memories overlap, integrate, and change over time, creating a dynamic database. Forgetting is a feature, not a flaw. It prevents overload and prioritizes relevant knowledge. This fluid memory system allows creativity, adaptation, and efficient problem solving, showing that your mind values meaningful connections over rigid data storage. Chapter 45. Your brain perceives time differently depending on attention and emotion. Moments of danger feel longer because the amygdala heightens awareness, while fun experiences seem to fly by. Memory encoding and attention influence how kind is experienced subjectively. Understanding this helps explain why certain experiences linger in memory and why mindfulness can make ordinary moments feel richer and more vivid. Chapter 46. Your brain can unconsciously process multiple stimuli simultaneously. While conscious focus is limited, the subconscious detects patterns, threats, and opportunities in the background. This is why you might sense someone entering a room before looking, or solve a problem out of nowhere. The mind's hidden processes operate quietly, supporting awareness, decision-making, and intuition without demanding conscious effort. Chapter 47. Humans are wired for habit formation. Repeated actions strengthen neural circuits, making behaviors automatic over time. Habits save mental energy, but can also trap you in negative patterns. By consciously changing routines, you can rewire the brain, creating healthier habits. The key is consistency. Small, repeated actions gradually reshape neural pathways, proving the mind's incredible adaptability. Chapter 48. Your brain can experience cognitive dissonance when beliefs and actions conflict. This discomfort motivates adjustments, either changing behavior, beliefs, or perception of reality. It's a mental balancing act, ensuring coherence and reducing psychological tension. Awareness of dissonance allows conscious decision-making, self-reflection, and personal growth, as the brain strives to align internal logic with external actions. Chapter 49. Humans are highly visual learners because the brain processes images faster than text or numbers. Visual stimuli activate multiple regions, integrating memory, emotion, and cognition. Diagrams, charts, and illustrations improve retention and understanding because they engage the brain holistically. Understanding this enhances learning, communication, and problem-solving, showing that perception is deeply tied to how your mind stores and interprets information. Chapter 50. Your brain constantly predicts the future. Predictive processing allows it to anticipate events, detect errors, and guide behavior. Expectations shape perception, meaning you often experience reality as a mix of prediction and sensation. By recognizing this predictive nature, you understand why surprises feel shocking, routines feel effortless, and why your mind is always slightly ahead of the present moment. Chapter 51. Your brain has a negativity bias in memory, meaning unpleasant experiences are remembered more vividly than neutral or positive ones. This helped ancestors survive threats, but today it can skew perception. Reflecting consciously on positive moments strengthens neural pathways for optimism. By deliberately focusing on gratitude and small victories, you can balance this bias, training your brain to notice the good as actively as it registers the bad. Chapter 52. Your brain's prefrontal cortex is the control center for decision-making, planning, and self-regulation. It evaluates consequences, inhibits impulses, and integrates emotion with logic. This region develops gradually, peaking in adulthood, which explains why teenagers often act impulsively. Strengthening the prefrontal cortex through practice, mindfulness, and reflection enhances reasoning, emotional control, and long-term goal achievement. Chapter 53. Your mind can experience change blindness, missing obvious visual changes because attention focuses elsewhere. This shows how selective attention shapes perception, filtering out distractions but also hiding important details. Understanding this limitation explains why eyewitnesses can be unreliable and why focus determines what you notice in everyday life. Your brain constantly balances efficiency and awareness, emphasizing what matters most in the moment. Chapter 54. Your brain responds strongly to storytelling. Stories trigger emotion, memory, and imagination, engaging neural networks more than raw facts. This is why humans remember anecdotes better than statistics. Narratives create context, meaning, and emotional connection, making learning and communication more effective. Your mind craves stories because they connect knowledge, experience, and feeling in a single, memorable package. Chapter 55. Your mind is highly sensitive to social approval. The brain's reward system activates when praised or accepted, releasing dopamine and reinforcing behavior. Social rejection triggers activity in the same regions as physical pain, showing the deep connection between emotion, perception, and social survival. Understanding this helps explain why humans conform, seek validation, and value community. Chapter 56. Your brain can prime responses through subtle cues. Exposure to words, images, or experiences influences behavior unconsciously. For example, seeing the word kind may make you act more generously. Priming demonstrates how the mind absorbs context and subtly guides decisions without conscious awareness, proving that even small environmental factors can shape thoughts, emotions, and actions. Chapter 57. Your brain interprets sensory input based on context, past experiences, and expectation. Optical illusions reveal how perception is constructed, not recorded. What you see isn't always reality. It's your brain's best guess, blending sensory data with prior knowledge. Recognizing this helps understand human error, creativity, and the subjective nature of experience, showing perception as a dynamic process. Chapter 58. Your mind can experience mental fatigue, reducing attention, memory, and decision-making ability after prolonged focus. Rest, sleep, and breaks restore neural efficiency. The brain has finite cognitive energy, and managing it improves performance, learning, and emotional regulation. This shows that productivity depends not just on effort, but on timing and recovery, highlighting the importance of pacing mental work. Chapter 59. Your brain stores knowledge in networks, not isolated files. Learning one concept strengthens related connections, making it easier to acquire new, linked skills. This explains why prior experience accelerates learning and why interdisciplinary thinking can spark creativity. The mind thrives on connections, integrating information to form a coherent, adaptable mental model of the world. Chapter 60. Your brain is influenced by subconscious cues. Subliminal messages, body language, or environmental signals can subtly shape decisions, emotions, and attitudes. Awareness of these influences improves critical thinking and self-control. Your mind is constantly negotiating between conscious thought and hidden signals, highlighting the powerful interaction between awareness and subconscious processing. Chapter 61. Your brain can misinterpret physical sensations as emotions. For example, an increased heartbeat may be interpreted as excitement or fear, depending on context. This is called the two-factor theory of emotion. It shows how perception and interpretation work together, blending body signals with thought to create feelings. Your mind constantly constructs emotion from both internal and external cues, shaping your experience of reality. Chapter 62. Your mind can chunk information to remember more efficiently. Breaking complex data into smaller, meaningful groups strengthens memory. Phone numbers, musical notes, or vocabulary are easier to retain this way. Chunking leverages neural efficiency, allowing the brain to process vast information in manageable segments, proving that memory isn't about quantity, but organization. Chapter 63. Your brain experiences synesthesia in some individuals. Where senses overlap, seeing sounds, tasting shapes, or feeling colors. This unusual wiring shows the brain's flexibility and cross-communication between regions. Synesthesia enhances creativity, memory, and perception, offering insight into the limitless ways the mind can process sensory information. Chapter 64. Humans are influenced by cognitive load. When mental resources are taxed, attention narrows and decision-making suffers. Multitasking, stress, or fatigue increases cognitive load, reducing accuracy and efficiency. By managing focus and simplifying tasks, you reduce load, allowing the brain to work optimally. Understanding this helps in learning, productivity, and mental well-being. Chapter 65. Your brain is highly sensitive to novelty. New experiences spark dopamine release, increasing attention and motivation. Routine dulls the mind, while exploration enhances creativity and learning. This is why travel, challenges, or trying new skills can feel exciting and mentally rewarding. Novelty acts as a stimulant, keeping the mind engaged and adaptable. Chapter 66. Your mind can experience emotional contagion, absorbing moods from others. Happiness, stress, or anxiety spreads through subtle cues like facial expressions, tone, and body language. Mirror neurons play a key role, allowing empathy and shared emotion. Understanding this shows how social environments shape mental states and how consciously managing energy can improve emotional balance. Chapter 67. Your brain processes fear faster than rational thought. Threat detection is prioritized in milliseconds, activating the amygdala and triggering the fight or flight response. This rapid response evolved for survival, yet today it can exaggerate minor dangers. Awareness of this mechanism allows conscious regulation of fear, reducing overreaction and increasing resilience. Chapter 68. Your mind is influenced by mental framing. How information is presented affects decisions and perception. The same fact can seem positive or negative depending on wording or context. Framing biases reveal how the brain interprets data subjectively, showing that thought isn't purely objective, but shaped by context, perspective, and presentation. Chapter 69. Your brain forms habits through reinforcement. Repeated actions trigger dopamine release, creating reward circuits that make behaviors automatic. Positive reinforcement strengthens desired habits, while negative feedback discourages unwanted patterns. Habit formation demonstrates the mind's capacity to adapt and self-organize through repetition, highlighting how small, consistent actions reshape neural pathways. Chapter 70. Your mind can perceive illusions because perception is constructed. Visual illusions, mirages, or auditory tricks reveal that what you experience isn't always real. It's the brain's best guess based on expectation and prior knowledge. This shows the brain constantly interprets data, filling gaps to create coherent experiences, and illustrates the flexibility and creativity of perception. Chapter 71. Your brain is constantly predicting outcomes, even unconsciously. Every action, word, or decision is guided by expectation. This predictive processing allows rapid reactions and efficient thinking, but can also lead to errors when reality differs from predictions. Understanding this shows how perception and anticipation shape experiences, making the mind a forward-looking organ, always slightly ahead of the present moment. Chapter 72. Your mind uses heuristics, mental shortcuts, to simplify complex decisions. While they save energy, heuristics can produce biases, like overestimating rare events or ignoring contradictory evidence. Recognizing these shortcuts allows conscious intervention, improving decision-making and awareness. Your brain balances speed and accuracy, using heuristics as a tool for survival, learning, and problem-solving. Chapter 73. Humans are wired for empathy through mirror neurons. Observing someone else's emotions or actions triggers similar brain activity in you. This mechanism explains why you feel joy when others are happy or flinch when someone is hurt. Empathy is not just moral, it's neurological, showing how deeply connected humans are to one another. Chapter 74. Your brain can process visual input faster than words. Images activate multiple regions, including emotion, memory, and cognition centers, making visual learning highly effective. Charts, diagrams, and imagery are easier to remember because they engage the brain holistically. This shows that perception is not just seeing, it's integrating, interpreting, and connecting information efficiently. Chapter 75. Sleep strengthens memory and learning. During deep sleep, the brain consolidates experiences, stores relevant information, and prunes unnecessary. Chapter 76. Your mind can form false memories. Every time you recall an event, the brain reconstructs it, blending facts, emotions, and imagination. This malleability allows creativity, but also explains why eyewitness accounts can be unreliable. Memory is dynamic, adaptive, and reconstructive, showing that remembering is as much about storytelling as it is about fact. Chapter 77. Your brain responds to rhythm and music through motor, emotion, and reward centers. Music releases dopamine, reducing stress and enhancing focus. Rhythms synchronize movement, melodies evoke emotion, and lyrics stimulate language regions. This multi-layered response shows how interconnected the mind is and how music influences cognition, mood, and behavior simultaneously. Chapter 78. Humans overestimate control, a bias called the illusion of control. People feel they can influence random events like dice rolls or stock prices. Evolutionarily, this pattern-seeking behavior aided survival. Today, it shapes decision-making and perception. Awareness of this tendency allows rational thinking, helping the brain differentiate between influence and chance. Chapter 79. Your mind experiences flow during peak focus. When skills match challenges perfectly, time seems to slow, distractions fade, and creativity surges. Flow enhances learning, productivity, and satisfaction. Conditions like clear goals, immediate feedback, and balanced difficulty trigger this state, showing that optimal mental performance is achieved when attention, skill, and challenge align. Chapter 80. Your brain's perception of time changes with emotion and attention. Fear stretches moments, making danger feel longer, while joy compresses time. Attention, memory, and arousal influence this subjective experience. Understanding this shows how the mind constructs reality, highlighting that even something as basic as time is filtered, interpreted, and experienced uniquely by your brain. Chapter 81. Your brain processes emotions faster than reasoning. The amygdala reacts to fear, anger, or joy almost instantly, while the prefrontal cortex takes longer to evaluate. This explains snap judgments, gut feelings, and why emotions can override logic. Awareness of this timing helps you respond intentionally, balancing instinct with thought and harnessing emotion rather than being ruled by it. Chapter 82. Your mind constantly filters information through attention. You see what you focus on and ignore the rest. This selective attention prevents overload, but can hide important details, like change blindness in visual scenes. Understanding this shows that perception is not passive, it's actively curated by the brain to prioritize what matters most in each moment. Chapter 83. Humans are wired to mimic others subconsciously. Mirror neurons allow imitation of gestures, expressions, and speech patterns. This strengthens social bonds, facilitates learning, and helps predict behavior. The mind mirrors others to understand them, revealing how deeply social and adaptive human cognition is, and how much connection shapes thought and action. Chapter 84. Your brain thrives on novelty. Experiencing new sights, sounds, or challenges releases dopamine, enhancing motivation and learning. Routine dulls this system, while exploration awakens attention and creativity. Seeking new experiences activates mental pathways, expanding imagination, adaptability, and problem-solving abilities. Novelty keeps the mind alert, engaged, and growing. Chapter 85. Your mind can unconsciously influence behavior through priming. Subtle cues, words, or images shape decisions without awareness. Seeing the word friendly may make you act more kindly. This demonstrates how the brain